Welcome back. It is 1411 now, and as you can see, almost all of our children are children. And we have our one toddler. Again, Thomas is deceased. That is not a surprise to anyone. I don't know. I don't think I really have anything else to say about the family tree right now, but we can move on to our roles. So we have Diamond Bennett, who was born at the end of last year, so 18 or 20 for Diamond. Ooh, yikes. Okay, well that didn't go well. Then we have the Payne twins for 8 or a 12. All right, they survived, so there's that. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 children, and one of them is Charles's. So there's that. I don't think, yeah, one of them is Charles's, so 9 or 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so far so good. We have 2 teenagers, including our youngest vampire. So a 7, 1, 2. Oh, sorry. She's not actually a 7. Whatever. She survived. Wolfram Bennett, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. He just got married. So hopefully he survives. Yep. Okay, Gilbert and Alois need to get a 9 or higher. Gilbert, if you do this, I'll marry you this year. Yes, okay. Oh no, not Alois though. He's the father of our youngest baby. Oh, what a shame. All right, well, he just died, but Gilbert survived. So there's that. And Sybil is finally dying this year. I mean, she has been alive forever. She's been alive for so long. And I think, yes, so we had Winifred marry into the Landgrab family. Where is she? She's over here. So you can see her and Malcolm right here. But yes, her younger sister, Oriana, needs to get married. So I guess since Gilbert is living, we will marry her to Gilbert because I don't really want to keep making new Sims when I already don't have colors to put them in. So anyway, let's do our vampire roles. So, okay. We have 3 vampires, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that never changed. Although, now that Salvia is old enough to think about getting married. Oh, wait, we didn't roll for her marriage. Anyway, 1, 2, they can't get a 9. Okay. We're also going to roll for the 2 marriages, but give me a second on that. All right, and no 18s. I already forget how many humans we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, they all survived. Okay, so we have 2 potential marriages. Are you getting married? Yes. How many kids are you having? 9. Whew. All right, and then 2. Yikes. 9 and then 2. 9! Oh my gosh, the vampires are coming back. The vampires are making a comeback here. So Salvia Vittor and Isabel Armstrong. Salvia Vittor is a vampire with 9. And then Isabel Armstrong is going to have 2. Okay, and they will get married in 5 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So maybe we should do Isabel first. And then we can also consider, I mean, Salvia doesn't need to marry right away, you know? Like, she's got all the time in the world. But we'll see. We'll see about it. Okay. I think that's everything. Yeah. Okay, and then I was also thinking about what we're going to do, okay, so where is Emmeline's birthday? Well, here's Cecilia. Okay, it's right here. Oh, that's not that far away. It's two more. years away. Oh my gosh. Okay, so her and Cecilia. So at least if one of them survives, then we won't have to worry about not having anyone in the household with all the children. Ooh, okay. But yeah, I was also thinking about Emmeline and what we should do with her now that I feel like her story is kind of coming to its natural conclusion now that the next generation is getting older. So I think that what we'll do is, well, now I have to check because Alois is dead. But maybe we'll try and see if we can't have her, maybe pick someone from all of her relationships to end up remarrying. Maybe break up a marriage somewhere. We'll see. Because I do want to keep playing with her, keep her relevant, even though the bulk of her story is over. So we'll see what we can do with her in the future while we are still having the children still be a little too young to do that much. Anyway, I'm just talking. So let's head into the game. So at first I thought that we might do the soulmate aspiration with Emmeline, but it looks like you have to get married like at the very beginning. I thought it would be if you get married at the end, I would have done it because then we could have figured out what to do about our household size, but that's just not going to happen. So anyway, I'm looking at each family of the people that she is romantic with, and almost all of them are married with children. I think Giles is the only one who is not currently married. So there's that. And what I'm thinking is we will start by doing our chores, obviously, but also I'm going to, so it's Easter, so we're going to have them go to a holiday ceremony after the chores are done. So there's like other stuff to do besides this little plan that I am coming up with. But we have Thomas and Serena are going to be alternating on horseback riding. So I'm going to have them go back and forth because I really think that Serena is going to want to be some kind of like knight or something. So she should know how to ride horses too. And then we have Thomas, who is also going to be like taking care of horses or doing something with horses to make his living. So, maybe breed horses or race horses or whatever, but that is the plan there. I don't know where she got this outfit because it is not in her outfits list. Anyway, so we're going to go back and forth on them on the horse. I'm thinking probably Serena only needs to get to like level 5 of the horseback riding skill in order to be sufficient for a knight. Like, she doesn't need to be a horse expert, but I am also thinking about maybe having her become a squire of some sort. I know that it is unlikely because 1, she's a woman, and 2, she's not in very good standing, but she is Gilbert's daughter, and so maybe we can eventually use the connections there in order to do that for her, but that's besides the point. We're going to get to that later. Also, once she's older, because she can't really do much right now to work towards that. But so what I'm having Emmeline do is I'm having her call over each of her 4 men, and I am going to have her do 10 friendly interactions and 10 romantic interactions with each guy, and we'll see kind of where the bars are for their relationship panel in that time. And after the 10th one, I am just going to let the game do its thing. I'm going to be hands off. If they do more interactions with each other, that's on them. And if they want to leave, they can leave. It's just going to be up to chance now. So that is what we're doing here. We're starting with Joffrey, and it's actually going really well. Like, they are pretty high up there, and they are definitely feeling each other. They're both very flirty. They have woohooed before. Honestly, I would have considered Alois really heavily because he is the youngest baby's father. But since he's dying, he's not a candidate. Also, I paused this for just a moment and to go use the restroom, and when I came back, they had on their own queued up all sorts of mean interactions with each other, and then there's this hurt sentiment, and I have no idea where any of that came from. So I guess Giles is out of the running because he came over here and was not happy. He just was angry, and he probably is mad that she is not, because of her reputation, and that maybe he feels like she was, messing with him, and like he doesn't have a wife, she passed, so maybe he thought that, there was something more there, but then he found out that there wasn't, and now he's like angry about it. So anyway, Giles is in the negatives, so he is definitely out of the running. We are having, again, Serena practice with the horse. And so there's that. She is hurt. Why are you hurt? I have no idea really what happened there. It was just wild. So anyway, we have Serena starting her horse experiences. She is very cute. And she is also definitely excited. Like, no one is going to discourage her in the family. First off, Emmeline's probably not even paying attention. Second off, none of her siblings really know the way of the world yet. So no one's really discouraging her from these dreams. And it's not to say that there aren't female knights, because there are. It's just hard. It's much harder. So it's not entirely a realistic aspiration for herself, but she wants it. So she is going to be practicing on the horse, and she's, imagining going into battle and all that stuff, and that she can be a cool knight and all, she's really excited about all that. So anyway, we are now into the next morning, so we're going to be doing our chores. Again, getting attacked by bees as per usual. The bees hate us, and we are going to be cleaning up there and checking this out. You can see I'm spending more time on the horseback riding stuff than the barrels right now. I think that that's more important for the kids to get their horseback riding skill up. And I am trying to invite people over. Whoa, that was a really, really loud truck. I'm trying to invite people over, but they're all sleeping. I'm like, no, you're not at 9 a.m. So I'm going to cheat them over anyway. There's something wrong with the time in this game. I'm just going to save just in case. And then we are going to come over here, just check things out in our garden, which is super glitchy also. And so we have Frost and Ansel left in our list here. So here's Frost, and if we're being honest, Frost is not going to leave his, well-bred, rich lady wife, daughter of a marquis, in order to be with Emmeline. But, he is definitely continuing to have a little bit of a romance with her. It looks like they're not doing good in the friendly department, but they do good in the romance department. So it's very much like just a romantic entanglement for him. It's just an affair. It's just, but he is not seemingly as interested in actually having a friendship with her at all. So you can see that it's not going as well as it did with Joffrey. But we'll see, because we still have Ansel. And I mean, it's not to say that this isn't going well, because it is. Like, they're doing well with the back and forth here, but it's just not going as well. So again, I'm just having the kids switch back and forth. So I want to do that, like, each time they get butt hurt or whatever, like their saddle sore or whatever it is, I am just having them switch off so that they can get rid of that negative moonlit, but at the same time, then we can have the other kid practicing. The chicken wants to fight, apparently, and we are just taking care here, going on a little horse ride. Okay, and then Joffrey has come here of his own free will. I did not call him over. He came here. So, I mean, I guess that's a good sign. He's really interested, even though he's currently married. But yeah, it looks like he's really interested. So I will give him 10 romantic interactions, and we'll just leave that there. But I think it's definitely telling that he came back all on his own, and they are definitely, compatible. I mean, not in the game. She's actually compatible with Frost, which is interesting, but not in the game, but definitely in how quickly they're able to get that bar up. It seems like it's going really well. So there is that, and I'll just sell the stuff in her inventory. I'll leave them alone, and then when he decides to leave, we'll call over the next guy. Also, I noticed that there are trash plants everywhere now that I have a horse. Like, the horse poops somewhere, and then it never gets cleaned up, and then it turns into a trash plant. So there's just trash plants everywhere in the world, and I'm, like, so annoyed by that. Why would you do that? And I don't even think I can, like, get rid of them. I think they're just there forever now. So that's really annoying, but whatever. let's switch off again, kids. It's the middle of the night. You should be horseback riding. There she goes. I actually, the more I am thinking about Serena and her story, the more I'm excited for her. I know that I still do love Cecilia, obviously, and when Cecilia becomes a teen in like 2 years, we are definitely going to be doing more with her. But I am thinking that I'm going to make sure that every child in this family gets a story. So I know that I have been doing some side stories, with Gilbert, with Vlad, and with Regina and all that stuff because Emmeline was an only child. Oh, look, it's our old house. Also, that's our first house that we had. Frost wants to be best friends. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's our old house. I just wanted to be like, hey, look, it's our old house. But yes, nobody's going to live there now because Alois is dying, and then the kids are going to have to go to the orphanage. Anyway, what I was saying was that Frost has come here of his own free will. We'll give him 10 friendly interactions because that's what he needs to work on in this situation. But yes, I want to make sure that each child gets a story. We only were able to do stories for just like not random Sims because they were in our household and stuff, but we had a lot of stories for Sims that weren't in our main like family because Emmeline was an only child. So we did Charles and Millicent, and we did Regina and Vlad and all that stuff. So that was really fun, obviously, and those are the people that I chose to have stories for because we didn't have a lot of people in our household to do those stories for. But now that we have 6 kids, we are definitely able to do that. So we can think of a story for Cecilia, Anastasia, Alexandra, and Serena, and then Emelina. We can think of each of those kids as having their own story as well. So I'm excited about that. I do want them to be able to do that and have that life. So I've already been kind of brainstorming some ideas for each child. So remember Cecilia, I think she's a glutton, but she's very parentified and all of that. She's good with horses. And then we have Anastasia, who's lazy. We have Alexandra, who I can't even remember anything about her. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Also, we're doing the Ansel thing right now. If, obviously you can tell that. So let's see. Alexandra is erratic. Okay, so she's erratic. And then we have Thomas, who's our heir, who will be, maybe breeding horses or something like that. And then we have Serena, who is aspiring to be a knight. So if you guys have any ideas for like stories for them, I would love to hear it because I am definitely excited about that. And I am looking forward to choosing stories for them. I mean, we'll also kind of have to reevaluate when they roll, to see if they get married or how many kids they would have or whatever. But we will have to reevaluate that when the time comes. But based on their characteristics, if you have any ideas for some fun things we could do with them as they get older, there's that. I do have some ideas myself about, like love stories, marriages, etc., etc. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I just wanted to say that early on so that even if I'm filming ahead, if you guys have anything cool you want to tell me about, I can try and incorporate it into the story. But yes, I think I do have an idea for Cecilia, but I only have a vague idea for Anastasia. I don't have anything for Alexandra. And then I don't have anything romantic-wise for Serena, just like her becoming a knight is the only thing I have in mind for her. And then I have not even thought for a second about Emelina, so there's that. Anyway, so I'm just checking out what Gilbert's family looks like because I wanted to see if we're having him marry Oriana. Like, does he have a son? He actually does. He has the Gilbert II. And then I found, I was looking in the family tree there, and I saw that there's a child named Archibald from him and Eleanor. And I was like, Archibald? I never put this kid on the family tree. And like, I never put this kid anywhere. I just put his name under Eleanor in the family tree. Like, I don't know. I don't know where this child went. So I am going to have to figure that out because I have never heard of this child in my life. So I think we're going to have to probably go visit the household and, one, see if the kid is still there, and two, roll for the kid that I never rolled for. I probably rolled for birth because that was because of seeing his name in the family tree, but I don't think I rolled for anything else, so we'll have to see about that. But anyway, I did want to check here. So I downloaded a mod that was about sword fighting, and so you have to purchase your swords from this thing, but I guess I can not do that as a child. That's probably for safety reasons. We cannot purchase a sword as a child, so that, again, is something we're going to have to wait on. But we'll see if I can't, do some more stuff with little Serena. But yes, so Cecilia is also taking over more responsibilities with like helping with the eggs and the chickens and stuff. That's really all she can do. But she is definitely going to be doing more horse stuff when she becomes a teenager. Maybe doing stuff from the community board and such, seeing what we can do there. Until Thomas becomes a teenager, when we are going to have him kind of really take over for all that stuff. And then, by the time Thomas becomes a teenager, it will be just about time for Cecilia to marry. So that is going to be an interesting one for us. So let's take care of our garden. It is now the last day of the year, and we are going to kind of spend most of it in the Armstrong household, trying to figure out exactly what the deal is. So yes, I'm just looking at her, and it looks like Ansel and Joffrey both are very interested in her, and we'll have to pick between those two, I think. So I think that those two will be good. They're also both married, so we can see if we can try and maybe in the next part try and see if they'll leave their wives for her. That would be so funny. So anyway, I am going to move the mother out of the household. Let's say she just went to the country estate or something, because I need more room in the household for adding in Oriana. And then you can see here we do have Archibald Armstrong, so let's roll for him. And actually, unfortunately, he failed his toddler roll. So I guess that's that. He was there, but he's not anymore. Goodbye. So anyway, just going to Oriana here. I'm going to change her last name. She's now going to be the lady of the area, and we're going to change her outfit colors to red, and she is gorgeous. Let's get her all situated here. We're adding in Gilbert. Gilbert has had so many wives. He has had so many wives, and his brother's wife died too. Everybody died. Everybody's dying. So anyway, we are just going to change her outfit colors. So Gilbert and Oriana, they have 10 baby tries. So, I mean, is Gilbert going to have more than one male heir? We will find out next time on Dragon Ball. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if anybody else watches that, but that's my running joke with my boyfriend. Anyway, so we are going to set their relationship here and get them woohooing. So why don't you two go do that? And also, we have the 4 kids in this household, one of whom is a son and one of whom is Eleanor's child, the last one. So this is his third wife. This is his third wife. Whew. But you know what? On the bright side, I think the Payne family might make it, because they have a lot of baby tries, and I think they might make it. We'll see about this family. Gilbert does have 10 more years left in him, so I guess he could have 10 more babies, provided that Oriana keeps surviving every time she has a child and survives her young adult role, which isn't too long away, I think. When is it? Let me see. Her young adult role must be coming up because in 2 years, because they're marrying at 18 now. So anyway, also here is Isabel. She is Gilbert's eldest child. She just made it to preteenhood. So I'm just going to change her outfits here, and we'll be getting her all situated. And then it looks like she's a kleptomaniac and wants to be a country caretaker, which is an interesting choice. So let's just get this makeup off of her. Nobody wore yellow eyeliner back in the day, I'm pretty sure. The only annoying thing about the preteen thing is that it is hard to take pictures of them because they keep moving around, and if I do the zoom all the way in thing to get her to not move, it's not the right height. So I was like trying to figure that out, but I couldn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So moving on, we are going to head to the church to get a portrait for them. There she is. She looks great. And we'll get their portrait, and then we will also at that church. So what I do with adding the children to the clubs, and now this is just something that is something I do because I don't feel like going to every single household in order to add these kids to a club that takes 2 seconds. I'm not going to do all those loading screens. So what I do is I use the teleporter. First off, I use the teleporter to, make the wedding portraits. So there's that. So we're going to first do that. It looks like I used all of the Regency poses that are like relevant. Some of them they look different. They don't look like, portraits. But anyway, so I'm going to have these two get their painting done. And then also, so like I was saying, I put all the teleporters there in order to call the children here. And then I'll use Control Any Sim and then just grab control of them and then add them to the club without having to change households or do any of those loading screens or anything. So that is the current plan. So you can see here, I just call a baby here and then we age them up because they're supposed to be a child now. And then after they age up, we will now control them and then go to the club panel and add them to the club. So that is kind of what I do in order to avoid all of those changing households. And then when I'm in the main world view, I will give them all makeovers. So there's that. Anyway, that's my long spiel. I am pretty much done here. We're just going to finish up the wedding portrait and call it good. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I had a lot of fun, and we are going to continue with Emmeline's romantic escapades, as always, in the next one. And I don't think there are any birthdays in the next one. So, but the year after that is the one where we will be having all of Emmeline and Cecilia's birthdays. So that's really exciting, and I hope that you're excited too. So I will catch you in the next one.